Hello family, welcome to another video with me, Cynthia. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in on this wonderful day. If it's day for you, on this wonderful night, if it's night for you, wherever you are. Remember that slow progress is still progress. I just have to let you know that. So if you're moving forward just a little bit, oh, you good, you're doing good. This video is about that topic, moving forward. We're human. We live one day at a time. We can't take 2 days and live out 2 days. We can only live out that one day. But if you were anything like myself, you would think about next week before it got here. You would think about next year before it got here. You would think about things before they even happened, before it got anywhere close to you. You try to plan it out. You try to make your dollars stretch before they were stretchable or before you even had the money. You know how when you plan out your check, you this amount going to this bill and that amount is going to that bill, and then next week's paycheck is going to this, that. Look. Stop doing that. Stop doing that before it drives you insane like it almost did me. For my young people, for my young loves, it is good to know that this is what you're going to do with your money before you get it. It's good to have those plans set in place. It's good to know that. But I learned later on in life that you will drive yourself crazy always trying to figure out where this money is going and where that money is going. It becomes so mundane. You will literally drive yourself up a wall. It's not healthy. How do you spend money that you don't have yet? Tell me how you do that. Because I had to learn you cannot spend money you don't have. Look, I get it. And you know that I get it. Of course, we're supposed to think about where that money is going to go, but you don't want to dwell on it. You don't want to rob yourself of the peace of anything, especially not bills, not people, anything, finances, your job. One day you could not have that job. There is no money. Because I learned that the more you chase something, the more you try to run something down, the more you run yourself ragged, you're only breaking yourself down piece by piece by piece by piece. You're breaking yourself down. I did that to myself. And honey, let me tell you, it has not been all that long ago that I finally become more in tune with my mental space and my positivity. When I said positivity, you have to know that those things are going to happen. Life happens. And when life happens, it's nothing that you can do about it. I ran behind things so much. I'm not talking about people. I ran behind things so much in my life because I didn't want to be put out of my home. I didn't want my lights to be cut off. I didn't want my water. I didn't want any of my bills to go lacking. Because when I had my son in the early age, I was on a mission. I was fighting the world. I was fighting because I was determined that I was going to make it. Now, I want you to hear me and hear me well when I say what I say. I was determined that I was going to win. I was determined that I didn't need nobody's help. I was determined that I wasn't going to ask anybody for anything for fear of being let down. I was determined to live my life perfect. I was determined. The more I tried the things that I just said, the more God was showing me That is not how you do that. That's not how you do that. I always knew who God was, but I learned more of who he is throughout my journey. I learned that you cannot worry about your bills. You cannot worry about your job. You can't worry about where you lay your head. You cannot worry about your vehicle. What I'm trying to say is all those things that we worry about day to day, and you're not happy chasing those things. That's the crazy part. You're not even happy after you pay your house note. You're not even happy after you pay your electric bill. You're not even happy after you pay every bill that you need to pay. But because by the time you pay all of those bills, guess what? That first of the month is knocking at your door again. So where is the happiness in that? I knew that something had to give. You know, it's just like a computer that's building up, building up. You got so much loaded on the inside of this computer that this thing is about to blow. That's how it becomes if you don't take a step back, focus on what is really the real thing that you should be chasing if you're going to chase after something. To all my believers, you got to believe in something, or you have to believe in something. My preference is I believe in God. And I was putting so much focus on everything else that I wasn't putting my focus where it really should have been. Yes, I believe in God. I always have. I always have believed in him, still to this day. But he wanted me to chase him. He wanted me to believe in him. He wanted me to do the things I needed to do within him. Not my job, not my bills, not people, not anything. Because without him, none of those things are possible. As my platform grow, I cannot wait to share with you this very thing that I'm talking about chasing after God. Honey, this glow, I don't know if you can quite see it, but baby, this glow ain't got nothing to do with what I put on my face. This energy you feel has nothing to do with anything that I got on. These clothes does nothing for me. But what I have on the inside of me today, oh, it's spewing out of my pores. I don't know if you can see it, but I can surely feel it. I can surely feel it. I am so grateful today that the last 2.5 years of my life, the way that I was crushed, I was finally crushed. Go back down a few videos and watch that video about me being crushed. That crushing brought forth the person you see right here today. That's what the crushing did to me. Did it hurt? Only over and over again. But God knew that when he crushed me like that, hey, it was time. It was time for me to let go of everything and let God be my everything. I was reading in my Bible tonight, and I vividly remember how God was saying, basically he was saying, you can't love your parents more than you love me. You can't love your kids more than you love me. You can't love anything more than you love me. That's in the book of Matthew. I put down in the description what chapter and what verses. And when it wasn't then that I knew that, but just to be refreshed about it, if you're putting other things before God, reevaluate what you're doing. One day at a time, just reevaluate what you're doing. Because again, without him, you have nothing. We have absolutely nothing without him. You talking to somebody that was trying to live their life perfect. Remember everything I said in the video. Because I thought I was going to go through life perfect. I thought I wasn't going to need anybody. God didn't put me in this world by myself. I'm still dealing with the issue of asking people. And I'm pretty sure people can resonate with me when I say that. I've been so independent for so long. Sometimes I don't know how to ask. But God is working on me through that as well. That is one of the biggest things. I went through life, I didn't even ask my mom for stuff. Because if she had told me no, I probably would have held that against her. You know, because I went through enough with my mom. And for you to tell me no about something that I asked you for that I really need, and you tell me no, it wasn't going to be good. And I didn't want that because I was going through too much with her anyway. So I didn't want to do that. So I knew I had to put on my big girl panties and hit life. I had to let life start lifing. But God never took his hands off of me. He still got his hands on me. So again, I encourage you, put God first. Read why you need to put him first. Look back over your life and understand why you need to put him first. Comment down below anything you want to comment about this topic. Okay? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click your notification bell so when I post a new video, you will not go unnoticed. Okay? I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I have been reading this chapter over and over for like 4 or 5 times. The devil don't want me to read this chapter, but this is the chapter that I said I was going to put in the description box about putting things before God. So here it goes again. Matthew chapter 10, verses 34 through 39. Do not think that I came to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's enemies will be those of his own household. He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he who does not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. If you have issues or don't know how to put God first, you're human just like the rest of us. You're human just like me. It was a long time before I could just grasp the concept. I knew that he come first, but when I found out that he came first before everybody and everything, my life changed more. My life changed more and more every day. And every day I wanted to know more about the person that I put first. Because he put us first. He put us first. With all the people in the world, his children, those that are his children, he put us first. He don't put us on the back burner like we have put him on the back burner, whether we knew we were or not. He doesn't put us on the back burner. He always puts us first. He's that big that he can put us first. He's that big. We're not as big as him. So we can't put anything before him because we're not him. He lives on the inside of us, but we're not him. So let's start putting him first. And watch how things start to unfold in your life. He's a jealous God. He will not have any other before him. I love you, family.